During larval development, a class in this phylum undergoes torsion, sometimes causing fouling. One member of this phylum exhibits the gill and siphon reflex. That organism, which was studied by Eric Kandel, is Aplysia californica. Members of one class in this phylum possess a rostrum, or two-part beak. That class includes a venomous species named for its blue rings and is considered the most intelligent class of invertebrates. Members of this phylum possess tongue-like radulas and a mantle-secreted structure that is weakened by ocean acidification. Bivalves and cephalopods are part of, for 10 points, what shelled phylum including squids and snails? And the answer is Mollusca or mollusks. The exploratory phase of shifting balance theory is driven by this phenomenon, which dominates when n sub e times little s is low. Migration out of Africa is often modeled by the serial form of this phenomenon. The stochastic Moran model models this process occurring twice as quickly as it does in the Wright-Fisher model. In Kimura's neutral theory, this process is central to evolution. The increased incidence of polydactyly in Amish communities is explained by a form of this phenomenon known as the founder effect. Another form of this phenomenon occurs in a population bottleneck. For 10 points, name this phenomenon in which gene ratios fluctuate due to chance. And the answer is genetic drift. The development of this organ is quantified by the lecithin to sphingomyelin ratio, as those compounds are found in a DPPC-rich substance that this organ secretes. Absence of that substance forms hyaline membranes in IRDS, which inhibits this organ's function. These organs are surrounded by pleural membranes. The compliance of this organ is increased in a condition that contributes to COPD. Surfactant lowers the surface tension of the sac-like clusters of alveoli found at the end of this organ's bronchioles. The pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from the heart to this organ. For 10 points, name this organ central to human respiration. And the answer is lungs. Spectrin was first discovered in these cells, where hexagonal complexes of it attach to ankyrin. The production of large, short-lived types of these cells, caused by a deficiency of vitamin B12 and folic acid, is called macrocytosis. These cells contain a large amount of carbonic anhydrase in order to convert carbon dioxide into bicarbonate. Another protein in these cells contains 4 heme groups bound to iron atoms. A mutation of the beta subunit of that protein causes these cells to take on a sickle shape. For 10 points, name these hemoglobin-containing biconcave cells that transport oxygen in the blood. And the answer is red blood cells. Secretion of this hormone is triggered through the closing of octameric potassium channels that consist of 4 IRK channels and 4 sulfonylurea receptors. This hormone is synthesized from its precursor through the cleavage of the 24 amino acid leader sequence and the 31 amino acid C-peptide. The bovine form of this protein was sequenced by Frederick Sanger. In the liver, this hormone stimulates production of glycogen. This hormone has the opposite effect of glucagon and is produced by the beta cells of the pancreas. For 10 points, name this hormone whose deficiency results in diabetes mellitus. And the answer is insulin. Important molecular markers linked to this condition include NFAT1 and NFAT5, transcription factors that increase motility in the body. Inactivating ER-alpha overexpression with tamoxifen can effectively treat the luminal A and luminal B subtypes of this condition. The presence of Reed-Sternberg cells differentiates two forms of a type of this condition. Those cells, combined with a mutation of the guardian angel of the genome, the p53 gene, can cause the Hodgkin subtype of this condition. For 10 points, name this condition characterized by tumors that is often treated with combinations of surgery, radiation therapy, and chemotherapy. And the answer is cancer. This vitamin prevents the formation of insoluble iron compounds and reduces Fe3+ to Fe2+, enhancing its absorption in the body. A deficiency in this vitamin can be characterized by a parafollicular bleeding and corkscrew hair. This vitamin restores the enzyme P4H after its decarboxylation of alpha ketoglutarate, allowing it to catalyze the formation of hydroxyproline. This vitamin is essential for the proper formation of collagen. Deficiency of this vitamin is characterized by the opening of previously healed wounds and by bleeding gums. For 10 points, name this vitamin whose deficiency can cause scurvy. And the answer is vitamin C. S. pombe lacks a structure once thought to be key to this process. That structure consists of parallel lateral elements bound to central elements by transverse filaments. During the Pacatine stage of this process, bivalents form. During this process, the synaptonemal complex forms. In females, this process results in the formation of three polar bodies. The formation of chiasmata in this process precedes crossing over. This process consists of two sequential cell divisions, which halves the number of chromosomes. For 10 points, name this process that produces gametes in sexually reproductive organisms. And the answer is meiosis. Cytosol circulates between the tonoplast and spirally arranged tracts of this protein in a process known as cytoplasmic streaming. Fibers of this protein are prevented from being depolymerized by phalloidin. The beta isoform of this protein is a common loading control in Western blots. Treadmilling occurs in the filamentous type of this protein when its globular form attaches at the plus end and dissociates at the minus end. Microfilaments are composed of this protein. For 10 points, name this protein that associates with myosin to power muscle contraction. And the answer is actin. A mutation in the FOXO3A gene can inhibit this process. The antagonistic pleiotropy theory explains this process through harmful genes that nonetheless favor reproductive fitness. This process occurs prematurely and rapidly for people with progeria. Some theories explain this process as a result of free radical damage or accumulation of mutations, though at the cellular level, this biological process can be explained by the shortening of telomeres with each round of DNA replication. For 10 points, name this progressive decline in cellular and organ function as people get older. And the answer is aging.